Tabon Airport already. There are so many people when compared to the last time we were going to India. As you can see, there are long queues for waiting, even though our flight is very early. Most of these counters are for boarding flights to Philippines. After a long wait, finally it is our turn for baggage drop. I think this is the first time we were carrying lesser luggage than that was permitted. Here we are on our way to boarding. The immigration while going out of the country is totally automated. This is where we have to wait for a bit before boarding the flight. Our flight is at 7:40 am. We are waiting at A3 gate now. We have been planning this trip for a very long time, but because of COVID and quarantine rules in Taiwan, we couldn't go anywhere. Actually, we need at least 14 days to cover most of Philippines, but since we don't have that much of time, we just have like 7 to 8 days. But we thought, okay, just give it a try and cover as much as we can. We are going to Cebu and Boracay. First we'll land in Manila, and from there we are taking a flight to Boracay for 2 or 3 days, and then from Boracay again we are going to Cebu, and from Cebu we have to again come back to Manila and then take a flight from there back to Taiwan. We'll show you how our trip was and also what we need for traveling to Philippines. Those who are coming to our channel for the first time, please subscribe and also do press the bell icon. For going to Philippines, you would need Philippines visa. It looks like this, and then you also need to fill this One Health pass, and then you have to show the QR code like this. This you need to fill at least like within 48 hours of your departure time, and then you will also need to fill the arrival form in Boracay if you are going to Boracay, because they don't allow you to like come just like that, and you have to also book the hotels. Especially in Boracay, it's better if you can book everything in advance, like all the bookings, like the flights and then the accommodation and all that stuff, so that there is no problem over there. To avoid the quarantine in Philippines, you also need the vaccination certificate, just the yellow card in Taiwan that we have.
And one more thing is, if you have completed 3 doses of vaccination, so you don't need to present your PCR test in Philippines and even in Taiwan also.
You just have to show this yellow card that this is the card for us in Taiwan, so we show this one.
And you can see we vaccinated
have
for
completed 3 doses.
Yeah.
You just show this certificate over here, so you don't have to quarantine in Philippines. They check before the check-in process. We have showed this one. We don't have to quarantine. We directly go into Boracay and then travel in Philippines. If you want us to make videos on something related to Taiwan or anything in general, please comment below so that we can make videos on that topic. Yay! We are finally boarding and we are really excited because this is our first time in China Airlines. This airlines belongs to Taiwan, and we were like waiting for a very long time to take this airlines. Somehow the interior of this flight really looks very mesmerizing and very good to the eyes. We have been on many airlines, but I think this is the best one because it is so clean and the colors are so good. We cannot really describe how we feel every time the flight takes off. It gives a different kind of high. Maybe it's the excitement that we are reaching a new place and we have a new place to explore. We reached Manila and we are landing right now. And here we see long queues again. Landing in Philippines somehow reminds me of India. I don't know why. We have to collect our baggage and go through the immigration. Luckily, we already filled the One Health pass, so we can just enter into the express lane. Here they just scan the One Health pass and also enter our details, and we have to just show our return ticket to them. We have another flight to catch from the domestic airport to Boracay. That's why we had to take a taxi because it's a little bit far. This distance is definitely not something that we can cover on foot, so we made a good decision taking a cab. There are some free shuttle buses from the airport to go from one terminal to another one, but we couldn't take it because of the time glitch. This is how the NAIA airport looks like, the domestic one. Here is where we have to check in for the Cebu Pacific flight. There is already a delay of 1 hour. That gives us plenty of time to look around. We laid our eyes on this Bibingka. We ordered this extra super Bibingka. So this is the rice cake with cheese and egg. So let's try it out. It's okay, but the egg flavor is too much for me. After a delay of 2 hours, we still have to wait in the line. After a few minutes of the wait, which seemed to be very long, we got the chance to board the shuttle bus, which takes us directly to the flight. After the unannounced delay of a few hours, we are not expecting anything great from Cebu Pacific, but let's check it out. It certainly looks like a bus to me. Finally, we are taking off. We were wondering how high the flight was flying because we could see the land and sea the whole time. The view from the window has now started to feel like the paragliding view, and it is so beautiful. We are just falling in love with Philippines. See how beautiful this is. Like the difference in colors, the different kinds of blues that you can see from here. Wow. Putting a sad but exciting end to the beautiful views, we finally landed in Boracay. See you, Cebu Pacific. Hopefully we don't see each other again. This is how the Boracay arrival airport looks like. You just have to walk to the airport from the flight. It is very small when compared to the other airports we have been to. Just when we were wondering who these people are who have kept their baggage over here, we realized that this is our baggage and this is the baggage chain, guys. We just have to pick our luggage from here and just go on. Quite funny experience, huh? Here is where we have paid for the tricycle. They also have combos, but they are very expensive. So we just paid for the tricycle alone. They'll be giving us a small sticker. The tricycle here is nothing like in India. We have imagined it to be like something relatable to auto rickshaw or something, but here it is completely different. It's just a motorbike that is attached to another wheel supporting a cart. That's all about it. I don't know how safe it is, but there should be no issues if the weight is balanced. Even the roads remind me of India. Strange. You can see the ocean. Wow. It's a pleasant ride so far, considering the view and comfort. I think it's pretty good. These guys have just used welding to attach the car to the bike. This is called jugaad in Hindi, if you ever heard that word. But majority of these tricycle drivers are using this trick, so I think it's very common over here. We finally reached the port and I think there is a lot of waiting again here. The most important thing that you need to remember while going to Boracay is that you need to take the accommodations in advance. Only limited number of tourists are allowed in Boracay at a time. So you have to book the accommodation and also fill the tourist arrival form in advance if you want to visit Boracay. We are finally boarding the boat. We felt a little bit nearer to our final destination. It may take about 30 minutes in this boat to reach the intended port. We booked our room at Royal Park Hotel, so we had to get down at Tambissan Port. We have reached the port and we really love the view over here. The white beach is so beautiful with all the boats and the trees. Wow. This is again a different kind of tricycle, I suppose. But this is not with a bike. It's a good one. A standard one, I should say. It will take around 20 to 25 minutes to reach our hotel. This is how the streets in Philippines look like. They certainly look like India, and also they have the grocery stores that we have back in India. And we reached our hotel. The hotel from the back side. This is the actual view of the hotel facing the beach. All our tiredness is gone just by looking at this view. We got a room on the 3rd floor. These are the corridors and we enter our room. This is our room. It's quite good. We really like how classy it looks. This is the view that we can see as soon as we get down from our room. This is the picture that you would get when you search for Boracay White Beach. White beach with a lot of paraws. We are staying right on the white beach, and Boracay is very famous for the white beaches. We actually wanted to fly our drone over here, but there are a lot of restrictions about drones in this area. So you cannot fly without a permit, and you need to apply for the permit at least 2 days before flying your drone. Boracay white beaches are very popular among the foreigners. As we can see, there are a lot of foreigners over here. Many came with their Philippine spouses and some came with their families who are also foreigners. The whole street is covered with hair braids, massage parlors, and also a lot of restaurants with amazing views. Because as you can see, everything is facing the beach. We didn't even realize that the sun has set as we were exploring the streets and beautiful beaches. One might think that there is nothing to explore on a white beach once the sun sets, but as you can see, it is so colorful in the night. No matter where we go, Indian food is a must. We came to an Indian restaurant. This is Little Taj. We have ordered dal makhani and kadai paneer like always. This is the nearest restaurant to the place we were living at, and they have a live kitchen. After a bit of waiting, we finally got our food. We also ordered onion pakoda. It's so typical of me adding salt to everything. This pakoda really tastes amazing. Dal makhani is like okay because it's not like dal makhani actually. It is like dal but not dal makhani. After finishing our dinner, we were so tired, so we just went to the bed.
Hi guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It is day 2 and we'll go to island hopping today, and we'll have the breakfast first, then we'll go there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be exciting, yeah.
And we will show you the amazing views from here, from our hotel.
We are so happy to have booked in this hotel because, as you can see, the view is so good. This is so mesmerizing that we could stay here forever. As soon as we got down, we saw that the water was still here. It was an amazing view. It's like morning surprise for us. Because yesterday when we were roaming around, then the water was like very fast. We could have like at least 20 meters of space from here to just walk around. But today when we saw in the morning, we saw that water came really near. When we sit at the breakfast table, then we can just view that and we can eat. So I also got this braid done yesterday. So this is for like 300 pesos. I find really interesting when I see people with these kind of braids. So I thought I should try once. And if it just gets broken, when one of it gets broken, then they do it for free. And if you just want to take a shower, then you just mix shampoo and water and just pour water on top of your head and don't rub it, then it will stay for like 3 or 4 days. I'm really happy that I could try this. They have given us a buffet breakfast. These are all the items. They have some rice, scrambled egg, some pork which we don't eat, and they also have some chicken and bread and some vegetables and also fruits. After finishing our breakfast, we started for our island hopping. First we need to reach the port, and we took this vehicle. This is called Tuk Tuk, and it costs about 50 pesos to reach the port. This is also as common as the tricycle, but this is more stable when compared to the tricycle. This is more like an auto in India, and it accommodates at least 4+1 people minimum. This is the port from where we need to take the boat for island hopping. It's just 8:30 in the morning and you see so many people accumulated over here for taking the boat, and we have to wait for a long time. We are finally on our way to take the boat. We have to walk a few meters before we finally board the boat. The hotel we are staying at, the Royal Park Hotel, actually recommended us this trip, and they also provided us with the towel. If you are going on a island hopping trip, definitely carry some water because they sell it for a very high price when you reach the port. So make sure that you are carrying the water bottles in advance. Once we are on the boat, we need to wear these life jackets that are on our seats. As you can see, there are a lot of boats taking people on island hopping tours. So this is not the only agency that is doing that. You can book on any agency or any boat that you like. We are about to make our first stop, and here we have to choose either crystal clear kayak or we can hike on the island. Because we wanted to get a lot of pretty pictures on the crystal kayak, we chose the former one. As you would have already guessed, they quoted the price of 500 pesos for this kayak pictures, but after a lot of bargaining by Pradeep, they agreed at 400 pesos for couple. In the first round, me and Pradeep are together riding the boat. This is our kayaker. We have done kayaking before in Vietnam by ourselves, but this is a very new experience because it is in Philippines, and also the water is very beautiful. The color of the water is so good, and you can see everything from beneath the boat, so it's very good. It's a wonderful experience. Our kayaker helped us take a lot of pretty pictures, both couple and solo ones. We are finally back to the boat after the crystal kayaking. Before making our first stop, we also got a chance to do snorkeling, but we couldn't really shoot any videos for it. There are a lot of water sports in Boracay, and the most famous one is parasailing. A lot of people are doing the parasailing, as we can see from the boat. Philippines is so hot that we got tanned within half a day. We stopped here for a buffet lunch. This is another island. It is just 11:30 in the morning and we are already here for lunch. I think it's very early for us. This is Will's picnic place where they have arranged the lunch for us. It is just a cottage, but it is pretty neat. The buffet lunch actually consisted of some plain rice, fried vegetables, boiled you can say, and there is some grilled fish, and there is some chicken and some pork items, and also there is some vegetable spring roll, and there are also some drinks and water, and there are also some sauces. This is what we are eating for lunch today. Other people who came with us on the same boat were eating in the cottage, but we specially chose this place because of the view which we can see from here. It's so beautiful. Even though the food overall was not very great, but still we could eat some items again and again, such as the grilled fish, because it was buffet. We finished our lunch and now we are heading back to board our boat. Now we are going to the Crystal Cove Island. The original itinerary had the Puka beach after the lunch, but since there was a storm that was anticipated, we couldn't go to the Puka beach today. So we are directly going to the Crystal Cove Island. It took us just a few minutes on the boat to reach the Crystal Cove Island, and we have to pay the entrance fee over here. The total tour actually costed us 800 pesos per person, and they do not include the entrance fee or the any other activity that we opt for. So that is extra again. This Crystal Cove Island Resort is a private place, hence we have to pay the entrance fee to get inside. This is a very famous place in Boracay and we hope it is worth the visit. It is as beautiful as it is portrayed. This is a pretty big place and we have to do a lot of walking to get inside the actual cave. We got some pretty pictures over here and we proceeded to go into the cove. The water from here is so clear that you can see the plants growing beneath the water. The entrance of the cove 1 is so narrow that only one person can go in at a time. This is how the cove looks like, and they have given us a rope to hold on to when you are in water. This is not as deep, but I am just standing on my toes. The water is very cold, opposite to the weather outside, which is very hot. And you can go a little bit far if you know swimming. But the view from here is very pretty, so we decided to stay over here. There are 2 or 3 coves on this island in total, but if the other coves are similar to what we have already seen, then we have decided that we won't get into it. The other cove is very far from here and we have been hiking for a very long time and we haven't reached the cove yet, and the sun is so hot. But the view is so beautiful nonetheless. The other cove was also similar to the first one, so we decided not to get into it. Rather, we decided to explore the surroundings, which are very beautiful. After clicking some amazing pictures on the beach again, we are going back to our boat. The water here is so clear, you can see our feet. It is only 3:30 p.m. and we are already on our way back to the port. Since we had to skip the Puka beach, we are going back in very less time. We got on at the port and now we have to search for a tuk tuk to go back to our hotel. You can see a lot of tents over here with parasailing counters. The tuk tuk back to the hotel again costs us 50 pesos for two of us. Finally finished our island hopping and we are going back to our hotel. We need some rest right now. After coming back from the island hopping, we had some rest and now we are going to sunset sailing. In Tagalog, it is called Paraw sailing. Paraw means the boat, it seems. We are really excited because it is known to be most amazing activity ever in Boracay.
Let's go.
This is very famous during the sunset because of the pictures you get and the view you see during the sailing. The boat actually sails on the water. You can feel the jump with every wave. We were a bit afraid in the beginning, but later on we got used to the bumps. They also provide us the life jackets for safety, just in case. You can actually feel the water from here and it is so amazing. It was such an amazing ride, wow! But it was very short. The 30 minutes actually felt like 15 minutes or something.
Yeah, actually it's very short and we didn't see the sunset also. Usually clouds will be in the orange shade.
But it was a very good experience. Many more places from Philippines are coming up in our next video, so stay tuned. And please do subscribe, as we can see 77% of our viewers are non-subscribers. Please do subscribe. It gives a lot of motivation for us to make more videos for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.